Disgraced attorney Alex Murdaugh is back in court today in South Carolina. He was sentenced to life in prison for the 2021 killings of both his wife and son. Today's status hearing will focus on Murdaugh's more than 100 financial fraud charges. So for more on this, we want to bring in CBS News national correspondent Manuel Bojorquez. I tell you, this story just continues to unfold and unfold. Manuel, tell us more about what we can expect at today's hearing.
Yeah, a lot of twists and turns on this one. As you mentioned, it is a status hearing for Alex Murdaugh, where essentially they will discuss the upcoming trial for 100 financial crimes charges, I should say, that he is accused of, as you mentioned, federal and state charges. But also there are co-conspirators, if you will, people who are charged with assisting him in committing those crimes. So there will be a former attorney who has already pleaded guilty, who we're told will be sentenced today. And then also the former CEO of a bank who will also have a status hearing on the financial charges that he is facing. Of course, hanging over all of this is that request for a new trial that his attorneys, those defense attorneys, filed more than a week ago. They are asking the judge for a new trial based on the fact that they feel the county clerk of court influenced the jury.
Yes, so I want to get into that, but I do want to talk about these financial crimes, because if people have been following the Murdaugh saga, they will know that there's some kind of overlapping with some of the things that they have heard, some of the allegations. So can you sort of dig into these financial crimes a little bit more and tell us whether or not there's an intersection with the double murder case?
Yeah, really it goes to what the prosecution was trying to prove here, that he was essentially a career criminal, and this all crescendoed with the murder of his wife and his son. As you may have heard during the trial, he was accused of stealing millions of dollars, not only from the firm where he was a lawyer, but also from clients. So that's where all of this is coming about. So again, separate from the murder trial, of course, but according to the prosecution, it set a pattern where you could see that this was someone, in their view, who had just committed crimes all along and never been caught.
Yeah, I think some of that, it has to do with insurance money connected to the death of his housekeeper, who had, I think, fallen, but there's a lot of sort of grayness. He hasn't gone to trial for that, but it was right. Just a very kind of like shady story all around. There's a lot of shade here.
Right.
So let's talk about this, his attorney filing a motion for a new trial. It has to do with a book deal.
Essentially right. So this was Rebecca Hill, the Culleton County Clerk of Court. According to the defense attorneys, they interviewed some jurors after the fact, and they felt that she did perhaps cross a line, improperly communicating with the jury foreperson in private, and also adding a little pressure in their view to come to a quick conclusion at the end of the trial, essentially to come to a guilty verdict. The defense is saying this is because she wanted to quickly get a book out, and she has self-published a book. She has not made any public comments at this point rebutting any of those claims, but the prosecution does have until tomorrow to rebut those claims and try to prevent a judge from reopening this case. There is a very high bar to overturn a jury verdict, but it is possible, and what the defense is hoping to do is convince a judge to reopen all of this, to get an evidentiary hearing where they could basically subpoena anyone they want to, including the jury, the county clerk of court, and even possibly the judge, to try to find out if there was any impropriety when it came to those jury deliberations. And
just when you thought we had heard the last word on the Murdaughs, it just keeps going and going. Never-ending story.
Not yet. That's right.
Right. Manny, thank you so much.